All right, good morning and welcome to today's 5 for 5 devotion. So my family, the Young family, we are wrapping up our family vacation this week. We came finally here to North Carolina, to where we grew up, Henderson County, where Hendersonville, North Carolina is. Both Amber and I grew up here. And I am standing next to some railroad tracks that have kind of a popular, funny, yet embarrassing memory from when I was younger. Back in the year 2000, I think I was 19 or 20 years old at the time, me and two of my friends from church heard that it was fun to go walk down the railroad tracks, get to the train trestles that go over Lake Summit, and jump off the trestles into the lake. So we went for it. We parked, we walked down the train tracks. There was a sign there that said no trespassing, but we took our towels and we threw it over that sign and we went and jumped anyway, and we had fun. When we got done, there were some men, 3 men, I believe, standing on the other side of the train tracks. One of them didn't have a shirt on. Another one was really tall, and behind him there was a man in a police officer's outfit hiding behind him. So the guy with no shirt was like, "Hey boys, how's the water?" And we were like, "You're a police officer." He's like, "No, I'm not." And we were like, "Yes, you are." And he's like, "Okay, I am." So we walked over and the police officer who was hiding came out. And we talked with these guys all the way down the train tracks. They thought it was funny that some of us were going into the ministry, that we were, grew up in church. And they wrote us a ticket for trespassing and said we had to appear in court. Well, in court, it got even more embarrassing. Apparently, the judge had heard word about our funny little story. And when we got to court, she knew we had gone to church. Some of us were going to the ministry. And she, in front of everybody, said, "Hey, do I need to call you boys as pastor and tell them what you've been doing?" We're like, "No, ma'am, no, ma'am." And I thought that was the end of it. I thought all we had to do was pay the court fees and be done. But that wasn't the end of it. This funny yet really embarrassing tale continued to follow me throughout my life. Every time I would apply for a job, especially a job at a church, folks would want to run a background check. And I would always have to explain to them about the trespassing charge. There was nothing I could do to get rid of it. It was always there. And it made me feel shameful that I constantly had to explain that, and I couldn't just let it go or wipe it away from my record. Sometimes when I come back to my hometown, I have a lot of great memories, but I also have memories that make me think of a lot of mistakes that I've made. Mistakes that sometimes make me think, wow, who are you to call yourself a Christ follower? Look at the mistakes you've made. Who are you to be in the ministry? Look at the mistakes you've made. And I allow the enemy to get a foothold in my mind and in my heart. And it keeps me from confidently serving Christ. I love what Paul says in Romans 8:1. "Therefore now there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." In Christ, I am free from the shame of my past. While the world may keep a record of my wrongs, when I put my faith in Christ, he got rid of all my wrongs and casted them away. He took all my wrongs. He bore my sin. He bore my shame, my guilt. All that he took on the cross. Who am I to bring it back up when Christ has already wiped it away? Hey, maybe you're dealing with something you did in the past, something shameful. Maybe you need to ask for forgiveness. Maybe you need to make things right with somebody. That's between you, God, and whoever else was involved. But once you've done that, there is a point where you've got to let it go. If God, who is in control of everything, who made you, who writes your past, present, and future, if he says it's done, then guess what? It's done. When Jesus died on the cross, he said, "It is finished." And that phrase has so much application for our lives. It's over. I don't have to live in that shame anymore. When I come back to my hometown, I don't have to dwell on those things. All I have to do is keep thinking about how Christ has forgiven me, how he's freed me, how much mercy he's shown me, how much grace he's given me. And now I can take that same mercy and grace and apply it in my own life, and apply it in my family's life, and apply it to everyone I meet. So, hey, look, we don't have to live in shame anymore. That's gone. Don't let shame and failure and past regrets keep you from serving God confidently. If someone ever questions your relationship with Jesus because of something you did in the past, say, "Hey, you know what? That's in the past, and Jesus forgave me, and he can forgive you too." Hey, I just wanted to encourage you with that today. I hope you guys have a great day. I can't wait to get back to Savannah and see everybody. God bless you. Take care.